I cannot define the word luck myself. It looks like the people that I met, the place that I go, it then show up as an opportunity. And that opportunity appears to me as a rare opportunity, and I just quickly want to grab it. I saw how they make money and I think, wow, that's very lucrative. So my next idea is, how can I bring this out? And then it became mine. There are people with bad intention, bad agenda. They are not going to tell you the truth when they go list, and they are not telling you their next plan.
What do you look for?
Go back to the first sentence that I said today. I was referring that do the right thing at the right time. I think a lot of people condemn about hit and run or moving too fast or giving up too early.
Why do cases like this happen and then hurt the public in the process?
Well, this is a very sensitive question.
Welcome to the Business Buddha podcast. On this episode, we got our guest, Dato' Jonathan Lim.
Hello.
My longtime good friend. And we serve on the same board, on the same foundation. And he recently just listed one of his companies, and he's a listed company director for Systech on the main board in Malaysia. Is it main board?
No, it's actually in the ACE market,
Okay,
and I'm
ACE
not
market.
recently listed. It's just that it's a existing listed company. I just joined the company
And then they appointed you
appointed.
as a director.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
great. So we're going to get straight. This episode is about capital. Let's talk a lot about money. Why the hell did you decided to become a listed director? Like, what's the benefit of it?
It's not like a role that you can just pick it up. Like I dream to become a listco ED so that I'll become one. Is a business that I invest into, and it's also a part of my personal growth journey lah. So I think you should know that I came from a technology background. I graduate as a computing science graduate. 20-year-olds back then, okay?
I think I haven't born yet.
Yeah, God lah. So I graduated at Stafford University as computing science student. Came back Malaysia. First job is in Ericsson as a telco support engineer. In between that, I sway away from IT, moving down to property development, marketing, internet thing.
You've done many things.
Yeah, done many things. So
You're literally the definition of what they call serial entrepreneur. Everything all do. Okay, so now for you, the next phase is to take this company and then make it bigger, is it? Or what?
Maybe to a lot of people, they think that listco is something very different. But technically, it's nothing different. It's just that a scale up business. It's still the same thing. The fundamental of business, in this case, Systech Berhad is still working on IoT, software developments, some cybersecurities, data centers. Basically, there are no other difference than any other Sendirian Berhad or SME. Listco, basically, it's just a holding, and it holds the subsidiaries of smaller Sendirian Berhad, which may focus on different
things.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's just rewind a bit. How did you make your first $1 million?
Okay. I think if you ask me by now, at this point of time, I will answer you honestly. It's just luck.
Yes.
Okay. Why luck? Throughout so many years, I understand that a lot of people will say that you need to put a lot of effort.
So all of that,
you need some effort on it, but definitely
ultimately
do the right thing at the right time. So most of the credit I'll give it to the timing.
So you're saying hard work is not as important without the luck.
Without the timing. So I'll bind timing and luck together. The right time, it's where you have the luck. Okay, you are lucky because you are doing the right thing at the right time. So I graduated as an IT, I would say a general computing science, just like another software engineer or programmer. But instead of going into software development, I end up first job in telco industry. So a narrow down version of IT, a general IT, into telecommunications, and as a support engineer. Therefore, it builds my specialty. In this case, I'm specialized in value-added services, vast department in the telco. Back then, they serve Celcom, Digi, and Maxis as well. So
whatever these big companies needed, you will provide services.
So instead of general IT, at that time, I have this opportunity to get interviewed by Ericsson back then, and then they hired me as a support engineer. So I then narrow down to be specific into vast services, although I study a general IT. So same goes to when I start my business journey. So whatever I see and I learn from Ericsson, it becomes something that I believe that I can duplicate and I can scale it up and move it out into my independent or my own entrepreneurship journey.
Business,
So put it this way, it's not a great invention or I did something different. It's just that I happen to be at the right place. I saw how they make money and I think, wow, that's very lucrative. So my next idea is how can I bring this out, and then it became mine. So I just duplicate, or I wouldn't say duplicate, I would just see what they did and find the part that is most lucrative and then turn it into my own business. And it's how I started the telco vast services vendor and provider.
So what do you sell?
So when we talk about vast services back then, it was quite crappy. So it is those ringtone, wallpaper,
so
joke, horoscope that you pay money for back then, which you got free for today.
Oh, so when I call the phone and there's a ringtone, that's your company. You provide the service.
So there are two types of ringtone. One is called callback tone. As well, where it happens to hear the music's playing behind. I was referring to the even older days where you have like Nokia phone. After the Nokia phones, where you can download the actual ringtone on your phone.
And then you were selling that.
You need to pay to get that content, and you pay to get wallpaper, and you pay to get jokes and horoscope.
And that's how you make your first million.
Yes, because it is a subscription service.
Yes.
So even put until today, in terms of all type of business and all type of strategies, business that come with recurring profit, or you can tie to your customer on a long-term basis, it's always have a more sense of security that you have future income that is keep going to come in. Yeah.
Okay, so you make your first million selling value-added services, ringtones, this kind of stuff to people's smartphone.
Yeah.
Not even smartphone back then.
Not even smartphone. If you remember, you receive a marketing messages, ask you to subscribe to horoscope jokes, where it came from a 5-digit short codes like 33888. All this 5-digit short codes.
I think the young people who are watching this right now, they have no idea what this means. I'm like in the middle. So I still remember a bit. Okay. And then, I know you personally, you love to buy shiny stuff. What do you buy first?
What do you mean by
when you make your first million, what's the first thing you bought?
I cannot quite remember. I think it should be wallet. I bought a wallet and then watches.
You didn't buy a Ferrari?
And that's on a later part.
That's a later part.
If you ask me, the first thing that I bought is actually a wallet lah. So to guys lah. So we are actually quite traditional lah. So we believe that you should have a proper wallet that can have good chi and that can attract more money. So I bought myself a fancy wallet. I cannot remember my first wallet, either a Gucci or Prada or whatever.
Ferrari?
Okay, we jump straight to Ferrari.
Jump straight to the Ferrari.
Okay.
This was when, like 19 or 2000?
So it was as my exactly age 29, right before my 30-year-old birthday. Yeah. So I was really lucky enough to make the kind of income, and the other business associates where they were in the same industry. That means other vast provider as well. So instead of playing as a competitor, I call it associates. We all content provider for telcos. So all of them are buying supercar. And then I feel like I should join them.
So you joined?
So I got influenced by other people, and I bought a car. I must admit that I got influenced by the direct associates. But however, after getting the car, I realized it is more than just a car.
Yes.
Yeah, just a luxury car that it's fancy and just redundant, although you don't use it for day use. However, I realized from that moment onwards, I have entered a different social circle. So,
so
at the age of 29, so when I bought a car, I've joined the Ferrari Club Malaysia, the FOC and Ferrari Owner Club Malaysia. Then I realized most of them are the uncle. They were either in manufacturing or they are some big shots. So I was the young chap inside. They actually very welcomed me. I'm quite surprised people that is that rich, they still welcome young people, 29-year-old back then. And then they share a lot. So the first time I remember when I convoy with them. So all the car, we drove from, I think, Karak to all the way to Genting or Batang Kali. And they were very much loving and caring. They were taking care of me. They asked questions like, have you serviced your car? This part of the road is going to be very slippery. Please be careful. Then I realized people with results, people who are higher in a social state, they actually more friendlier and they were more caring than my social circle back then at people that are around my age. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, you touched the thing. We're gonna go deep. So let's talk a bit about this. People have this perception: rich people, if I already made so much money, why do I want to share? Right? That's the mindset.
Yeah.
Right? Or why do I want to share my secret? But then for example, like when you joined the Ferrari Club, what happened was they were more caring. They were open to sharing. What's your thought on this?
I want to correct you a little bit on that. So when I say that they were more caring, they were more open, it doesn't mean that they will immediately teach you or they will share their secret with you. But in general, because they have more.
Yes.
And when you have more, you are happy to give. So say for example, when I first joined the convoy, I've got myself a walkie-talkie yet. So just one of random uncle will say, I have 3 of them extra. Just take one of it. And just give me a walkie-talkie, which cost about 1,000 ringgit back then. I mean, 1,000 is not like a super huge number. Also, it's not something that very cheap. But then he just happy, like, I have so many spare walkies, just take one. So it's basically just give 1,000. Yeah, just give me 1,000 ringgit like that. So I put it in a way that, when you have more, they're happy to give.
Okay.
They were happy to give.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, are they willing to share their business secret or really hold you hand to hand and go through all the challenges and hustle? It will take time. So it's not that these established or rich people, they don't want to share. They also want to make sure, are you in the right position and are you able to receive, as in, are you synchronized with the same message?
Message of frequency.
So, same message of frequency. So, I have this example always in my mind. Let's say you were very caring and you have more food to give away. And whatever available on your table and plates now is the excess of caviar and pate and wagyu on your table that you have access. Yeah. But you don't serve it to the beggar, So that is not a right way
because
of
the beggar
giving.
may take the caviar and they say, why is it also salty? Spit it out.
Yeah, because they were not at the right level or synchronized enough to receive. So for those who are giving, you also need to be considerate. Look at who you are giving and match their standard. And
those who are like, for example, if they want to learn from people more successful, you need to ask yourself first, are you showing up? Are you making sure that if they say something, you actually do it? Because if not, it will also be a waste of their time.
Because bottom line, it's, have you built your trust? Have you built your social status, as in like what you just said? Have you show up that you are ready to receive wherever they are telling you?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a bit about this, because you do a lot of charity work. So you have your own foundation, and you also volunteer in an organization called APM.
Yeah,
you do a lot of like charity, disaster relief, all that kind of stuff. Why do you do this? Like, where did the idea of, if you got more, you need to give? Like, just to let you know, like, I know you personally. you go pick up trash, you go divert traffic, like with the APM group, all that. So why do that? Where did this idea of giving or serving came from?
I don't want to sound like I'm very noble and I did all this because I'm receiving a good karma. I mean, yeah,
or is it because I feel like I need better karma? That's why I keep doing this.
Kind of. I must honestly say that kind of. It's something that you cannot measure the return. So I also don't know whether all the stuff that I've been doing, whether I'm getting a good karma or in return, or because I'm not doing it like an investment. There's no measurement of ROI whether to do more. So
you're not expecting anything. You're just
I'm not expecting anything. But then I do believe that we are always happy to receive when someone gives. So the feeling of receiving and feeling of someone giving a support to you, it's definitely awesome. So when we can be the person who give, so why not?
Okay. So let's visit this. Okay. So you made your first million being lucky, right time, right place, right? And then one thing you shared is like rich people in a better space, they give a lot. So let's talk a bit about capital. Okay.
Yes.
So a lot of things that you do relate to the capital world, where people fundraise, people sell certain shares to the company, and then they're public list, and then everybody all wins together. That's what the concept of an IPO is. But then there's a lot of people, their concept of an IPO is I need to sell off my share so that I will be worth less. What's your thoughts on this?
It is a totally different mindset and
so what's the two mindset first in business? Because
myself, I've also entered this capital world unready. It's not like I'm ready to go into this market. It just happened that following my heart, following what I work on, I meet the right people and I just get into the capital market. But let's talk about the different mindset of the capital market. And see, even until today, people still believe that insurance is never fair. Why should I pay more of my premium where when it comes to claim, it's not necessarily that I am the one that claiming.
Yes.
Maybe I contribute all this premium and the money is in the pool and someone else they need that, then the insurance claim will go to them. So same to capital market. You are investing and you are valuing a company based on its PE value. It is a valuation that it's yet to happen and is also based on a future and value. So this is where the concept, you need to understand that the money in your pocket, the capital in your market, in your pocket, and the actual money you have, the money that you can use, the money that you leave behind are all totally different. Yes. So we started very simple and easy. When we were younger, we have no money. Our parents give us pocket money. So whatever money they put inside our drawer or table, it's what we have. And we can only spend up to what we have on the table. But then we will then...
So in business, how much money you make in the business, that's what you have.
But later then we learn about loan. You realize that you only have $1 on the table, but you can actually borrow money and you can spend more than $1. You only have $1 on a table. You may spend up to like, in today's world, with your personal credit, you can get up to like 2 times, 3 times of leverage. That means you only have $1 of asset, but you can go up to like $3 you can spend. So why do you worth the future $3 you have yet to make? Then it comes to leverage and it comes to capital. So they judge you based on your potential, based on your ability in future that you can make more money so that they borrow you to spend today. So it doesn't make sense to you when you donate that big sum, but it makes more sense when you come to a bigger project. Say, for example, any developers, if they were to build a full GDV project with hundreds and millions of money, they don't necessarily have that in their pocket already. So they somewhat need to leverage on banking, on financial institution, and that's where the future value will come in. They will tell that by the time we complete this project, the total GDV will be X amount, and at this moment, I don't have the money to build it, so I need to borrow, I need to leverage, and there will be financial institutions that are willing to leverage and borrow you because they are looking at the future return that you can make. So same in capital market, in share, you are multiplying your current profit by 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, even up to 30 times, 300 times, depends on the PE value that currently having in your capital list call. So that's how the capital works.
So basically, it's based on future value. I borrow money now so that I can reach that future value.
The concept is there. So say, for example, your company, it's making 5 million profit after tax per year. So if you were to list in Bursa Malaysia, let's say it depends on your industry. Say it is a educational industry, you may ask for 10 times valuation, which means your company who currently make 5 million profit after tax can value for 50 million and then list in the capital market and liquid part of your shares to the public spread, and people will start trading your share, and you got a new valuation of this 50 million. So the next quarter, the next year, you make more. So every time your new profit will then reflect a different valuation.
Yes.
And then with 50 million valuation, and then you list at 1 ringgit, let's say, and people were looking positive at your company, and then you raise, the price was shot up to 2 times from 1 ringgit to 2 ringgit. Your 50 million valuation will now turn 100 million valuation. Have you made 100 million?
No.
You have not. So you're still making 5 million per year, or maybe a growth of 10-20%, 6 million, 7 million the next year, but then you suddenly worth 100 million. Yeah.
So my question to you is this: is public listing for everybody? Like, can any and every industry go IPO?
Yes and no. Okay. The concept of getting public listed is yes for any industry, but depends on the country and the regulation. Say Malaysia, Bursa is having a very strict guideline and rules that they are only approving a certain kind of business to be listed. Basically, they were judging it and benchmark it based on the risk, based on the feasibility of the company to be listed in public. Say, for example, your company, it's making a lot of money, a lot of profit, but however, your customer, it's a sole customer. So your whole company is serving one customer only. And that will be a very big risk if all your public investor invest in your company, because one customer that you currently have, if you lost that particular contract, you have no more future and tomorrow. So this kind of company, it's least or unlikely to be approved by Bursa. However, we have more open markets such as Nasdaq. Nasdaq in this case, they were more open-minded. As long as you justify that you are future-proof, you can still secure the next future 3 years contract, and there are more potential new clients that you can bring in. They will then approve. So you may not necessarily able to list in Malaysia, but yes, you can then list in Nasdaq or Hang Seng or anywhere else.
So let's talk a bit about the dark side of IPO.
Why dark side?
There's a lot of stories where people pump and dump, right? They list and they sell everything, or they list, then the stock goes crashing, you know. They list at $5-10 and then it's like 20 cents right now. Share with me, how do these things happen? if the regulations are so strong, why do cases like this happen, and why do these people do it and then hurt the public in the process?
But basically, what is very sensitive question. However, this should be monitored and this should be regulated.
Yes.
Whatever the example that you say, it's not a model, it's something that encouraged to do.
Yes.
So as a business owner, when you go for listing, don't go for the idea that I just want to exit. I just want to manipulate the price and I just want to crash the price and go. You will pay the price. You need to face the consequences. The regulatory, the authority will then make sure that doesn't happen. But however, there are always cases that is there are people with bad intention, bad agenda, and they are not going to tell you the truth when they go list, and they are not telling you their next plan. So when it comes to agenda, then it hurts the market. So say for example, this is something that we know in public. Today on the news, President Trump says we're going to have new tariff, and this will be the amount of tariff that will be imposed. And because of that particular news, so it shocked the share market, and there were panic sale, and it got a big influence in the market. Then the next day they say, then he roti canai and U-turn again. He said, okay, we'll revise the tariff and we lower the tariff. And then whoever just exited yesterday will then say, oh, it looks like it's not bad news. Then they should come back. So these are all the influence by very important KOL. In this case, by government new policies and world news, war, and all this will be influencing the share market. So if you were to ask me, it depends which shoe you are wearing and which perspective you are talking out. Say for example, you are an investor, then perhaps you can refer to Warren Buffett, go study the valuation of the company, look at the fundamental of it, and you think it's a good company, then invest into it and just let them make money and you take the dividend. But if you are the business owner, then there's a different story.
So what's the business owner perspective? We're going to go. This is raw and unfiltered on this podcast.
But if you are a business owner,
you just want to exit, right?
You want to maximize your leverage. You want to have the biggest possible P value that you want, and that can be approved under the authority. But there's always a guideline there, and there's always actual value, and there's always a reflection of whatever the market believe. Say, for example, I believe that I worth 10 times, which I currently make 1 ringgit, and I believe I should value myself at 10 times, so value at 10 ringgit. And then it went through the auditor, it went through the investment banker, and they justify that you worth 10 times. But however, when you start listing and you organically trade your share, the market, it's an immediate reflection of what you actually worth. People think that you are overpriced at 10 times. They will start selling your share. So you drop from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 and to a place that finally no one selling anymore. And there are new buyers that come back in. So the market itself will determine the actual reflection of what they think that you worth and what you think that you yourself think that how much you yourself worth may be different. So sometimes it can go either way. The market may believe that you worth more than whatever you say, so your price shoot up, and of course the other way around, they don't think you're worth that much, you are overpriced. On the first day itself, your share price will drop like crazy. Yeah.
So isn't this all hype and speculation?
It depends how you justify the
don't
word
give me the political
value.
correct answer. Like, give me the real answer.
Come on. So when you still remember Bear Bricks?
Yes.
So at one point of time, it was
the bear
so
brick.
demanding,
Yes.
and
Now it's Labubu, right?
the bear brick, the price shot up. The figurine, like 5 figure, 6 figure, and at this point now, no one bother anymore. So if you are bought at 6 figure, you worth nothing. So is the price of the bear brick justified by the cost of material? No. So then what determined the price?
Hype.
The demand, right? The hype, the demand,
hype.
people were loving it. So when there's demand, more people are wanting it. So whoever currently have on hand will worth something. Yeah.
And how's life as a listed director now? How's it different from normal business?
I mean, sitting on the board of a holding, so you look at more than just one company. So as a group, you oversee all the subsidiaries. And of course, I cannot be involving in all the operation work. It's more on the business planning, strategies. And yeah, so I want to make this more relatable to everyone. So end of the day, it's where is all this opportunity put up from? Say now I have a list call. I'm currently having this vehicle, and I look forward to acquire a potential IT company as well. But it doesn't mean that although they are there, but they are not like waving their hand at me and say that, yeah, hey, I'm available for sale. And everyone waving at me, telling me that they are available for sales. So it's still, as the leader here, I still need to take the effort to go out to the market, to social, to meet more people, and to scout for good deals, good opportunities to make strike the deal, to make a purchase. So it's like it's no other difference than shopping. The same thing today. You want to buy a can of food. You can buy it at a Ben Grocer. You can buy it at Giant. You can buy it at 99. Each of them, the same product or similar product will be priced at different price. Are you getting the best deal? It depends how much you have done your homework. Lor.
Hey, if you enjoyed this episode of the Business Buddha podcast, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let people know. Tag us on Instagram or TikTok and let people know about this beautiful podcast called The Business Buddha, where we help you find freedom, scale, and exit from your business. And ultimately, how do you balance and find hope, strength, and power in the darkest times and persevere through in your business? I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Okay. So let's rewind this. Okay. So before life as a capitalist listed director, okay, one of the things that you were dabbling in is you did property development. Right, and then you also did education. You did seminars, all of that. You now still have a business where you do health and wellness. Okay, so you started multiple businesses. How many of those businesses are still functioning right now? And then what made you change? Because normally people will go like, I do property development. I do property development all the way. I don't jump. I don't do the next thing. But why do you diversify so much? So answer the first part first. Like, how many are still alive today? And then like, why did you even move?
So those company that I started back then.
Can you give us a list? Like, what do you started?
So after the value-added services company, I actually started some e-commerce company, which no longer been running now. And then I joined with my partner. Together we did property development, which I no longer active in development anymore. Running, right? I don't run it anymore. Okay, I don't run it anymore. As a developer. So I don't run it anymore as a developer. Then I also involved in teaching, marketing and seminars, which the last time I did a seminar was a few years back then.
5 years ago.
Okay, I think
exactly 5 years ago.
Exactly 5 years ago. Okay, you have better answer than myself. And then I did wellness, and it's still running. I still own a wellness clinic. It's doing quite well. And of course, now venture into more capital market, and
let's
I also
answer that.
in IPO advisory.
Yeah, so IPO advisory. So you have multiple things. So let's talk a bit about the property development one. Like why or the e-commerce, like why did it stop? Why did you stop that business?
I think you are about to ask me why I didn't continue to focus on the same path, and instead of being persistent, drill all the way down, going deeper. I just want to say that because
you got bored.
Yeah, I gave up.
Oh,
I gave up. So it's not always that you need to keep drilling deeper and persistent on things that you find it doesn't work.
But you develop quite a number of projects, right?
Back then,
houses.
yes. It's
but
just,
what made you want to give up? Because like you spent 5-10 years in doing that. Why?
Okay, so let me tell you why I started first. So I made my first bucket of money. Then I started to invest in lots of property. Then when we're doing all the shopping, then you realize, wow, developer make a lot of money. So you
had a bright idea. Why don't I become the person?
Yeah, so everyone thought that a developer always make the most, and it's always a good idea to become a developer and join the developer. So, but the reality, it's maybe it was true back then, but it's no longer valid today. Developer is not the person or the group that makes the most money in terms of the whole property supply chain. So
who makes the most money now?
I think the
seller,
the agent, or
the agent,
the reseller lah,
because
the
too
seller.
many vacant properties that can't sell.
Instead of have to go through all the hustle to get enough money
So
to
they
build
just sell
and make that
then
margin, the agent basically, they're just marketer. So you sell other people's product.
Yeah.
You technically come up with close to zero cost
you're
of product, close to zero product cost, and then you just
make
the price different, and you can make up to par with the developer. So of course, then the agent have in this case more profit.
Okay, so come back to the developer part. So you thought about it, and then you said, okay, why not I become developer? So then what happened?
So because I have no knowledge in building, but of course, as a business owner, I believe that I know how to sell. I know how to market. So I joined my partner. So together we built some landed properties in some outskirts, boutique size, few acres of landed residential and commercial as well. And we realized to market in the first place is quite easy. So we are able to sell 70%, 80% of the units. But then we come to realize the 20% left over, it's always tough to let go, the balance stock. And all our profit is exactly the balance stock. So technically it means that you sold all your better, valuable stuff, and you're left with the unsold, not so good unit, and all your profit, it's there. So it's not encouraging, where we actually need to completely sold out the whole thing so that we can take the money and move on to the next project. Once that doesn't done, as in you cannot complete selling that, then
it becomes a ruthless cycle.
Yeah.
And that's why you decided, like, no, I don't want to do.
So my partner actually continue to do more projects. It's just that when the next time he invite me to join venture into it, I say no lah.
How did you came to that realization of just no? Like a lot of people don't like a lot
because
of people,
the money doesn't come back to my pocket. Whatever I make is still stuck on the unsold unit.
But a lot of people are very stubborn. You know, you go online, you see motivational videos that say, "Don't give up, don't give up." You know, keep going. And then you go hear somebody, but yet you're here and you have done well for yourself because you said like it just isn't worth it, and then you just change.
I think a lot of people condemn about hit and run or moving too fast or giving up too early.
Yes.
So I cannot comment on that, but based on my history, it looks like I'm those lah.
Yeah.
That I keep changing what I'm doing.
But it works.
And I look at whatever lucrative potential, I will then move on to it.
Okay. So okay. So let's decode this.
Okay.
So you move, but then when you move to the next thing, what do you look for? Because a lot of people, they move, they give up, but then they jump to another thing based on feeling, right? So just now you mentioned something very interesting. It's like when you move, you look for something lucrative and has potential. So what do you look for?
I think we need to reverse and go back to the first sentence that I said today. I was referring that do the right thing at the right time. So to me, the right thing to do at this particular moment, it's what I feel like it is more lucrative.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily true. It's just that I have the feeling and looking at whatever people do.
Data, market, trends.
I wouldn't say data. I'm not a data analyst. I mean, make wrong decision. And I don't do all this complete analysis before I start something. It's still a gut feeling. And it's very much about how I feel. I feel like this may be a lucrative business. This may carry some opportunity. I will then start. So, I mean, if you are a data analyst, whatever I just said doesn't reflect to what you do, because you then believe that I'm just crazy and I didn't think enough before I move. So opportunity is always happening unprepared. You just need to start first, then you will know whether it will worth it or not.
But then a lot of people go like, no, I cannot start until I see the whole thing.
Because they are not willing to pay the price.
So what's the price?
The price is you are okay to lose up to whatever you can lose. So I'm ready to lose. So not all of my investment or decision that I make is always a wise decision. So if that was true, then every investment that I make will be 100% win.
So what's a terrible decision you made that you until now you still regret? You're just like, oh, this is just stupid. Like what's that? What's whether business or investment?
I don't like to regret.
Okay.
I don't even want to admit that I regret.
But it stings a little
Whatever
more.
pass, just pass. As long as it burns my pocket, it doesn't create the profit that I wanted in the first place. Then I would say I've made a bad choice.
So yeah, but give our viewers or listeners a range, like your biggest loss.
You see, for example, you were asking me what I've done in the past that I've no longer continue. Say, for example, the first one that it's a e-commerce after I did the value-added services. So it was something very similar to Groupon. So I am an opportunist. So I look at Groupon, I look at deals, daily deal site at that time, and I see the potential in it. So it was a hype everyone is doing. So I was thinking, I can build the same website, I can hire the same team, and to acquire all this.
You were trying to build something like Groupon.
Yeah. So I was trying to clone and duplicate whatever he was doing. And I didn't end up well. As people were disappointed by the group discount voucher, it no longer reflects the actual
value,
original purpose of a group buy. Yes. So those days, you got discount because you are buying in bulk.
Yes.
In later days, you got discount because it's just a hook. It no longer creates value. So for example, a restaurant that willing to give you a potential hook is they give you a let's say a 10% discount voucher. This is the restaurant that willing to give vouchers away to attract more customer. But there are restaurants that giving you coupon voucher that looks like it's valuable, but it doesn't. Say, for example, they give you a 50 ringgit discount and only after you spend, let's say, 500 and you cannot use it on the next time. So it's just basically stupid. So that kind of marketing gimmick doesn't work anymore. People are smart. People are very educated today.
So there was a shift in the customer.
There was a shift and a realization. People realized the so-called group buy, bulk purchase, good deal is no longer, or it's not actually a very good deal. And people are pissed. Say, for example, services industry can always provide more vouchers. So they give you a very special deal. You pay 20 ringgit and you can visit to do a facial services. And you end up after they carry out these services, they were trying to upsell you like crazy. And if you don't buy, they will not let you go. So all this disappointment have actually killed the market. So, but
and how much?
Because Groupon also no longer exists.
So what was the impact on your wallet?
I never really go count lah. So
Right,
I don't.
number? How much you lost from that venture?
I mean, easily 6-figure lah. I've not sure whether I have reached 7-figure or not, but
So
6-figure.
so high six.
It definitely high
High
six
six
lah.
about
I spent quite a number of time there. I think 2-3 years there. So yeah.
time. And that's the one that kind of stings you the most.
I would say so because I graduate from an IT industry and I fail on an IT project. So and after that I move on to development and
then you
I
make
would
money
say
with
I would say that I'm actually afraid to continue in IT industry. So I move out from IT and go to development. That's how I would say escape.
Then what made you wanted to be a trainer, a speaker? There was a period you did that, but then you also stopped.
I just love to share and talk, I guess.
Yeah. But
It comes back to my character. Yeah. So I love speaking.
you love
I
to
love
speak.
sharing. Even during my school days, I was one of the member in debate team. Yeah. So it just part of me that I love the stage. I love to share, and I enjoy the moment people are giving me applause. People are giving me attention. So at one point, I was thinking, and I got influenced by another trainer. I don't want to mention his name. So I realized this trainer, in my perspective, is no big deal. And he even have a language issue. And he can still do very well and in terms of sharing and educating. So it then determines that to me, you don't need to be perfect or you are like very superior or perfect in what you do or very good in what you do. Only then you can share and teach. Yeah. So that particular sample that I saw and look at, and I talk to myself and says, oh, if that kind of quality can start to share and start selling courses, why can't I? So then I begin my first sharing. So I didn't start thinking I want to make a lot of money in this teaching or seminar industry. I was just thinking that I crave for the stage. I want the attention, yeah. And I want to feel how it feels like if you own the stage and you can make people decide and run to the stage and run to the backstage to pay for what you are offering. That looks really, really cool. And yeah, I want part of that. Yeah, I want to learn how they did that.
And then you did it, but then why did you shift industry again?
I would say
because I'm in the industry and I've been doing it for the past 10 years.
So that is what I really admire. Honestly speaking, I can understand how tough in the industry from back then until today. People are easily influenced and move to make payment, and they are willing to pay for knowledge. And people doubt about paying for knowledge today. They were talking about guru are basically just scam. Even until today, Tony Robbins, I don't know how many years he have been in the industry.
I think 40, 50 years.
40, 50 years. And from day one, people doubt about him, saying he's a scammer. Until today, people still think that he's just another scammer, try to motivate you, make you high, and you have no actual result after attending his class. Everyone at different time, you have different perspective and idea about the seminar industry. It gives me a lot of satisfaction. I've trained a lot of students. There's a lot of life that got influenced by me. The actual result in terms of economy, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of personal relationship that have been coached by me, and they turn out really well. So even until today, they saw me, they still greet me, they still give me a lot of love, and they will still call me 老师, and I still very touched by the impact that I've did to them, and vice versa, the result, the response they gave me. I'm still very touched by that.
So you can see the response and the result.
Yeah.
The people call you teacher, all that stuff. Then why stop?
Because it is tough.
What part of it is tough?
It is tough to send out the message, even though it's a positive message that we are trying to convey and spread it to everyone. Yeah. The bounce back and the rejection is just so high. Say, for example, I was trying my best to tell you, please watch out. There's a pothole right in front of you. Don't fall into it. And out of 10% who hear me, maybe more than half of them will say, you must have your personal agenda. Since you are a guru, you are charging for your school fee, whatever advice you have said, may have a personal intention to make more money rather than really giving me a warning. So I felt sick and felt like, if I'm trying so hard and harder than you to warn you not to fall into the pothole where you're still doubting that my advice is just for my personal agenda, it's okay. I'll just then focus in. So the word focus in may look negative to a lot of people. But I'll just openly share. Since my focus to help you, it's not giving the kind of the result that I want, and it's not making me happy, then I'll just focus on myself, make more money in my pocket, and I'm very happy about that.
Okay. So which then leads us to your current, before your IoT listed company.
Yeah.
Your current, one of the businesses you have and you actively running, it's a wellness business, right? You managed to get our Malaysian astronaut to visit your clinic.
No. That is our Malaysian Olympian silver medalist.
Silver medalist to visit your clinic and all of that. So kind of tell me a bit about this. So how did you jump again? I think one thing that's very respectable is how you just realize, okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't fit my lifestyle. I'm going to make the shift. So how do you shift into this?
Again, I'll use the word luck. Like, see, luck comes with whoever that you spend time with, place that you go. It's who you met, where you go, and that will then show up as an opportunity. So I always have an issue.
Is luck is by design?
Probably. Probably. Yeah, I cannot define the word luck myself, but however, it looks like the people that I met, the place that I go, it then show up as an opportunity, and that opportunity appears to me as a rare opportunity, like a Pokemon, a rare Pokemon, and I just quickly want to grab it. I have an issue with my own health where I have a hypertension issue, so I always know that this is bothering me. And it's ever since from my dad, even my grandparents, they have hypertension issues. So does I. So maybe it's a genetic issue. So in short, I want to find a solution. So, and during my journey as a guru, a trainer, I happen to train a lot of people, including doctor. So one of this doctor that happens to be my partner today is also one of my students back then. So he was sharing this nutritional drip and biohacking method that can improve my health. So then I said, okay, I'm open to try, and I'm willing to try all this holistic method. So we did some drip, and after a few courses, I realized it does make a difference to me, and I love the result. So especially during the pandemic time where we cannot travel so much. So I've been asking this student of mine, the doctor, to come to visit my place. And I was seated on my very comfortable sofa in my office. Then I sparked this idea. Why must every time when we go for biohacking or health enliftment, why must it always looks like a clinic, a hospital where you have this blue curtain where it just gives you the aura and the thematic of a clinic that you don't feel comfortable with. You are there to improve your health. You may not have any issue, with yourself, but then the person sit next to the queue behind you may be coughing, and another one with a very big sickness that's showing very sour face right in front of you. So when you sit there together with them in the queue, you feel like I'm sick, no. But you actually go there for health improvement. You're not sick or yet. Okay. So I have this idea. Why not I create a new space, a wellness center that welcome people to want to do biohacking. You have no problem with your health issue. You just want to improve, or you have some small issue, internal issue that doesn't reflect externally, but you know that inside something very bad, like my liver, because I very bad diet. Okay, so I'll do something about it. So this nutritional drip helps me a lot. And I enjoyed it in my place with a very comfortable environment and aura. So I then think of how to scale this up. I set up a clinic, a different type of clinic that looks like a salon, a boutique, that will have very fancy design where you can comfortably sit there, relax, chill, and have your drip. And you can walk away, rest, relax, and you feel better when you walk out. Yeah, so in terms of biohacking, so we all know that the world now introduce stem cell, which are a regenerative cell. So instead of waiting your body to create your own stem cell to repair, you can actually take external stem cell that pump it into your body, and it helps anti-inflammation, and it helps cell grow, and you revitalize.
Wow. And so that literally came from your own problem.
Yeah.
And you turn it into a business opportunity.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, okay. So then this one, you didn't quit. Why? Like what was different from the previous ones?
Okay. Because it was making money. And they continue to make more money, and they run on self. I initiate the business. Yes. I was focusing and in charge of the marketing and sales, where the doctors and nursing team were focusing on the operation and the deliverables.
So you had the right people in the right places.
Yeah, so I didn't touch much about the deliverables. So they were the one that focusing on that, and I just continue the marketing and the sales. So with that collaboration, it continues to work quite well.
Okay. Well, which then leads me to this. So now you're doing IPO advisory. So if somebody's watching this, they run a business, they're making 5, 10, 20 million, what would you advise them to do? I'm very tired. Like let's say it's a person who's been running a business for 10, 20 years. What would you advise them to do?
It depends on the scenario. So based on the case studies that you have just mentioned, it may be someone or family business that have been running for a long time, and they're looking to public the company rather than owning it
so they haven't figured out whether they want to publicly own it. But the answer is, I just want to cash out and then just go on a long, long holiday.
If you really want to cash out, the best idea is sell a business. Sell a business is not going
Malaysia,
IPO.
Not a lot of people have this idea of selling business.
Because they never know and they never thought their business worth.
Yes, so teach us. So how do I know if my business is sellable, and who do I sell it to? Like, who want to buy my 10 laundry mats or my 10 car workshops?
So it's very simple. Say, for example, today the same car is available. Say there's 2 Ferrari there, one on the left, one on the right. How do you justify the price of both cars? So you look at the age of the car and you look at the spec of the car. Yes. So the one with the higher spec will worth more money. So same, when we put 2 businesses together, what is the key to justify and determine which business worth more money? Obviously,
revenue,
the sales, the profit. Okay, revenue is one thing, but profit after tax, PAT, is what the number that people are looking at. The problem with Malaysian, they were smart. They were too smart that because they never thought to sell their business away or to exit. Therefore, they were trying very hard to save the tax they were paying.
So they do creative accounting.
You say it, not I say it. Okay. Right. And then they were trying to to spend, to expense. So the profit end of the day looks very small. So when you don't have that reflect in your account books, and it's just like the sample of cars that I just made, your spec is somewhat lower. Your profit after tax that reflect in your CTOS, because it's just 10 ringgit away from knowing how much your company make per year. So just in case you don't know, you can just buy another Sendirian Berhad CTOS record with just 10 ringgit. Then you'll see how much they have reported for their last profit after tax for the last financial year and the few financial years before that. So if the number is small, then it doesn't attract people to buy. So unless you are looking for a buyer to buy you off. So the thing here, it's business in Malaysia today, there were two relying on the founder. Once you remove the founder away, the business die. That means the business is not running automatically and it is difficult to scale up. So you rely on the key man, the key person. So now if you were to sell your business, you're also removing yourself from the business. Will the business still sustain and continue? If the answer is the business cannot continue without you, then your business is also worth nothing. So in short, build a business that you can remove yourself. And it runs on SOP and standard.
So that means when the moment I choose the business, I need to be very strategic about it.
In most cases, if your business is scalable, that means you have already put in a certain standards, protocol and flow such that yourself is no longer important in the business. So it's actually a good question. So the difference between a small and SME and a list co, it's you are in listed company. The moment you move up to list co, you have to make sure that on the managerial level you have your manager. Then on your C-suite you have your C level, yes. And you are just the owner of the business. You don't run the business. You have C-suite who have lead. You have manager level who manage, and you have staff down there. So this journey from one man show, one boss that handle everything. Think about this journey, how to remove yourself, replace yourself by a manager, replace yourself by a C-suite, and finally just be a director and shareholder and does nothing.
So it's very different mindset. It's going from I'm the owner and I'm the operator to really stepping back and saying, hey, I'm the shareholder and then I am going to be just the director and let somebody else do operations while you take a step back.
So just realize that even listed company, not executive director, it's also the CEO. Some of the case, the ED itself is also the CEO. He's the owner of the business and he's also running the business. And there are many other cases that you are the ED, you own the company, or you are the major stakeholder, but the business is run by a professional CEO. So that it's where you are scalable.
Okay, so let's say I've managed to figure out my profit, my scale. Who wants to buy my business? Where do I go? There's no market to say, hey, I want to buy come buy my business, you know. So where do we go? Who do we find? Who do we see? And where do we even start the process?
I mean, this question is more like, I'm single. Hey, how can I get the other partner? Yes. I'm single, I'm pretty, and I'm available. Please, I want to get into a relationship.
Yeah, so is there a Tinder that we can go to? Is there a community we can go to? Is there somebody we can talk to? Like, if you're single, you can talk to a matchmaker, then a matchmaker help you. So what's the equivalent of a Tinder, a matchmaker, a dating club in the capital world?
They should be. They are. But then I cannot name one because I don't go through that. There are business for sale available that they can list on a portal or a website. But that is not generally how it works.
You don't get the good deals. Like the best deals are people who come to you.
It's also
luck.
Luck here, right time, right people.
Yes.
So in terms of getting the right people, you need to be expose yourself enough in the market that people know that you are looking for sale. Just like when you are single, you are pretty, you want to go more party, you want to go out and mingle with other people so that people know that you are single. Of course, you can always tagline in your Facebook or your Instagram saying that single and available. So in business, it's also same. You have your account that audited by your auditor. You have your core SAC.
Yes.
So of course, these are the people and network that you currently have that you can share that I tell your core SAC, I want to be for sale. If your core SAC know that you are available for sale, is the quickest and immediate person that you may know that will work with PE firm or Lisco.
Why don't just go directly to a PE firm and say, hey, I'm for sale?
If you know them directly, yes, of course.
So you can.
You can.
So how is money made? How is wealth made? Because recently in the US, there's this trend where a lot of people are buying old businesses, which is technically what you're doing in Systec, right? But not all businesses. You're buying people's businesses, then you increase the valuation, and then you make money. So how is wealth created through equity?
Resources. So the principle of why a Lisco acquire another smaller Sanjaya Berhad, it's the Lisco believe that with their existing platform and resources, and when we acquire you and I share with you my resources, it can be a lot of resources. It can be financial resources. It can be hardware. It can be human resources. And say, for example, like just share. The reason why a Lisco can grow bigger is because they know the game of scaling. They know people management. They know that you need to remove yourself and clearly know about management is management, C-suite is C-suite. Yeah. So a Sanjaya Berhad, a smaller Sanjaya Berhad, SME may not have that kind of idea. So when they got acquired by the Lisco, then we will then guide them, coach them, and because bottom line is end of the day, after I purchase, I want to scale them up, grow them bigger, and if potential, let them spin off and they go list themselves. So it's like you still, if you look at a potential baby, you raise them up and then let them go independent.
So, but then let's talk a bit about this, right? So you want them to raise up and be independent. You want to. So when a listed company or a bigger company buys you over, what do they look at? Other than revenue and profit, do they look at your customers? Do they look at your technology? Like what do they look at before they buy you?
Of course, two things. One, it's the potential of the business, whether this business got there's
potential
future
growth?
or not.
Okay.
Then second, and most importantly, the key man.
Oh, so can the person be replaceable?
Not really. So that will be on a later stage. But this stage is, can this person work together? Yeah, I'm ready to share you my resources, but are you willing to hear, to receive my opinion? Because you somewhat created result. Whatever you did works. Therefore, you have the kind of profit that shows up in your account book. But when I give you a new idea, I'm trying to change what you do, you will feel uncomfortable because you believe whatever you maintain and stay is what you created, is how you created your wealth. Yes. So if this so-called key man is not someone that is open, not willing to change, then I don't want to, we don't want to acquire you. Because as a subsidiary, when after we purchase or we join or we merge, you will then be part of our board as well, part of our team as well. You don't want a wild child to come to your family that doesn't listen to the parents, and you might as well not adopt them in the first place.
So let's talk a bit about this. What makes a good key man? What makes a good entrepreneur that big companies like yours are willing to buy up? What do you look at? Is it character? Is it value?
The owner or the person who run the business have enough knowledge to know what he's doing and to foresee what's coming up next in the future. If you are a business owner that running business today, and you have no idea what will happen next 1 year, 3 year, 5 years. Basically, you are very passive. You are just following whatever happened in the market. You do not have the ability to make up a new path to do it your way. So we are looking at a leader that can work independently, that can lead, that have creative, they're willing to make mistakes and do things people yet to do, and take up the challenge.
So basically, having vision, having the ability to be creative, being able to listen, being able to work independently, but also being able to predict the future. Okay, so now that, let's say, somebody has all of these, right? And then a company acquires them. What's next?
Grow the business.
Just grow the business.
I mean, okay, so when we acquire this particular business, so we want to know your bottom line answer. Are you looking at exit or you're looking at growth?
Yeah.
Of course, we are looking at growth. If you're looking at exit, sorry, I'm not buying you, pay you off, then you throw your business to me. I don't know how to run your business like how you run it. You will still need to work for it and deliver your promise. In this case, when we acquire you, there will be requirement, there will be criteria, there will be profit guarantee that it must be delivered by you. Or else, how do you justify the amount or the P value that I purchase you? Say you are making 1 million profit after tax and you say that you want 5 times valuation. I need to pay 5 times to buy you off, and you are not able to guarantee me something or to prove me something, then there's no deal. So in short, this business owner, he needs to have an idea, a plan how they grow their company. So it's an acquisition. Basically, it's talking about growth.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So
let's rewind this. You've done so many things. How do you balance with your personal life?
I don't.
So you don't believe in work-life balance?
I don't have a balanced life. I must admit that.
So what life you have?
I have a very busy life, but I also have a very exciting and adventurous life.
Give us an example.
I basically don't know what time I will reach home every day. So there are days that I arrive home early. There are days that I arrive home late, and I sleep very late. I usually sleep at 2-3 a.m. earliest. Most of the time 3 a.m. And I woke up the next day 9 something. Yeah. So that's kind of my lifestyle. Is it a very healthy lifestyle? Sorry, I don't think so. The guru out there will say, "Oh no, you are pushing your body too much." Am I irresponsible? Kind of. So sometimes I will compensate it. Therefore, I need all this biohacking, nutritional drip to compensate it. And do I spend time with my kids and family? I'm kind of traditional also. I know how I look up to my parents, especially my father. And I also know that my kids will see me like how I see my father as well. So I'm their life role model. I cannot give them. I'm very flexible. I'm not saying that they must follow 100% what I did. I give them certain flexibility as long as they grow up knowing how to express themselves. So to me, my number one priority is you are able to speak what you are thinking. You are able to express. You know how to demand for what you want. You know how to reject and say no when you are in a imbalance or a situation that is not favoring you. And you know how to speak that you can get the kind of attention. You have a voice. You are important and you can make an impact and you be a leader and you also influence others. This is my kind of priority that I want to grow my children. Academic, please lah, don't be the last person in the classroom, so that it become something pressure to you. So, but I'm not going to pressure them on you must get academically A, how many A's. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking on a character basis.
Okay, and then a lot of people, like parents, will normally say, I want to spend most of my time with my kids, where you don't quite prioritize that.
On weekdays, no.
How you do it?
I spend my weekend with my kids. So of course, Saturday, Sunday, it's I'll spend more time with my kids. So my work, it's always on Monday and Friday. Until Friday only. Of course, over the time, I may have some phone calls during the weekends, but I'm physically with my kids and family during the weekends. And I love me time, and I love husband-wife time, and I love parenting and kids time. So there are time that I will allocate it's me time myself only. And out of all the busy schedule, I will love to have a couple time where I only myself, we go enjoy romantic dinner, massage or whatever without the kids. And of course, time that we spend together with the kids, that we go holiday and have some adventurous outdoor activities, but most of the time in shopping mall.
So let's talk a bit about your wife.
Okay.
How important is it for an entrepreneur to get the right partner? And then how has your wife helped you in your crazy life journey?
I'm not in a position to advise how to get a very understanding wife, but I somewhat have one. Applause to myself. I don't know how I did it. I don't have an advice. I just happen to be lucky to have a very...
to be in the right place at the right time.
I just been lucky to have a very loving wife that support me a lot. Throughout my career, it's not always high time. There's high time, downtime, where there's also time that financially very pressured, and she was there all the time. My wife, I know her during my college days. So when we were both students, we worked part-time. She even know that I work as a janitor when I was doing my uni.
Yes.
Yeah, so she was a part-time giving brochures, flyers away in PC fairs. We did a lot of part-time job when we were younger, so it was not always this kind of financial situation. So throughout the whole time, she supported me a lot. So I felt like I have someone that can always back me, and someone that understand me. So there's this conversation that between me and my wife. So I always ask my wife out just a couple of times. So when we went out, let's say we go for a coffee, a cafe, then I'll be sitting there doing my own thing, playing with my phone or looking at the messages. Then my wife will screw me and say, I thought you say you want to come out a couple of times. By the time we come out, you were just busy with your phone. That was the point of we coming out. Then this may not be the right answer, but this is how I felt. It's a company that I wish to have her beside me. Though that I may be thinking something else, my mind may be off in the phone or doing something else. We may not be verbally having conversation, but having her just sitting right next to me, opposite me, I just have the sense of comfort and sense of belong, and also justify the ROI. So I work so hard so that this the result that I have, the life that I have, and the person that I can share my result together with. So I want you to be here when in my tough time, and I also want you to be here to enjoy the result, the fruit that we have worked for. Yeah.
How important is that for an entrepreneur? Like, I think you personally, as a friend, saw me go through many relationships. And then, so how important is it to have somebody who's supportive, versus somebody who's just like,
very, very important. I just happen to have a few more partners that have not so supportive wife.
Yeah.
They complain why you stay up late. Why are you having all this extra party time? And they complains a lot. It's not my job, and it's also I can't change how their wife think about their husband. And if you happen to have that kind of wife, then good luck to you. So since you're still single, at least you're not married, then I mean, I can only advise to those who have yet to get married.
okay, so imagine everybody right now that they haven't got married yet.
Then of course find a soul companion that can
Both
understand
men and women, all the same.
understand you and can be tolerant on
Tolerant.
on what you want.
Yes,
and
because being an entrepreneur is very, very hard.
it sounds very bad that we are trying to shoo people away from being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But it's just entrepreneur is just a life that
It's a
keep
different
changing. Keep changing.
Yes.
Nothing is certain. It is not like how you get employed for. You have a fixed salary. Whatever you do today may be very lucrative. It may be zero the next day. So it is more of a roller coaster life as an entrepreneur, and it comes in a package. You have the kind of big result and return, but you also have the big fall and big drop when it comes to a low tide.
What would you give your younger self advice for? If you could rewind time, what advice would you give your younger self?
Okay, when it comes to regret or come to betterment, you always wish for a better result, and you always wish that you can do something different. The fact is, I surrender, and I knowing that things will not change. You will still you still focus on whatever you wanted to create. It's just that it's your vision, your personal agenda is also able to align with other people. Are you able to align with your partner, your wife or your husband? And then are you able to align with your team? As long as along the way you grow a team member, these people are having the same goal and vision, and you can align together, then you will then walk along and go further. And obviously in between that period, people will sway away and they will drop from the team.
So you will literally just tell your younger self what? Like, just surrender to the universe.
Put it this way: you don't know the result. You don't know whatever you are doing is right or not, but you will definitely regret if you didn't do it. So just
do it.
Just dream enough. Have the courage to dream. I don't come from a rich family. My father is a Chinese physician. He's not a businessman. No one taught me about business. And it's kind of stupid to dream of staying in a big house, driving a big car when you were younger. But just dream are free anyway. So dare to dream. Have the courage to pay the price if you lose.
Yes.
And be expected that not all your choice is a wise choice. You will make mistake. You will lose something. And that's just life.
Who do you think was your role model that got you through tough times?
I don't really have a specific person. It's just that the fact that I go through so many up and down, that I understand that your high is never fixed. It's not something that is static. It will somewhat someday come back down. And if you're at your low tide, that's also not permanent. There's always the bright side at the end of the tunnel. It's just that it is you are right in the middle of the tunnel and it's just too dark that you cannot see your finger, just believe and walk forward. Somewhat, you will then see lights. If you don't believe or you believe, there's no difference. So just choose to believe, lor.
Why do you say believe and no belief? There's no difference. Because
If you're right in the middle of the tunnel and it's so dark you cannot see your finger, if
so
you choose to believe, you choose to believe, there might be a bright side on the other end, or you choose to not believe, it's no difference. You're still at the dark side and you're seeing nothing. So, if you choose not to believe, then you're not doing anything. You're not moving forward. You will stay stagnant. So, if you're believing, you're moving forward, but not necessarily after you move forward, there will be an exit or there will be another wall. But at least you will then encounter a new result. Based on the new result, do some adjustment, do something different again. So of course, people like to use the word like just do it anyway. Lor.
Yes. If you have one day left in this world, what would you do with this last 24 hours? So you can be remembered as what?
If it's already the last day, I don't bother about how I'm remembered of. I just want to spend my time with people I love. And you see, the question is a trick question. No? If it's really the last day, why bother about how people think about myself? So it then reflects, it's your perception or how people think about you really shape you, or how it will then influence your decision.
Yes.
So the answer is basically just do it lah, don't bother lah. Wow. They are not so important that whatever they thought about you will then make up to who you are.
Do you believe that right now your love for who you are or love for what you do?
Of course, love for who I am.
How do you know?
Because when I say love for who I am, I'm actually prioritizing my feelings. I choose to feel good. I want to do things that make me feel good, feel happy. Although it's tough, I might be struggle, but I believe that later then I can feel good about what I'm doing.
Why is it important for you to feel good? Like, look, if we look back at the whole thing, right? The whole past 1 hour plus, like, you prioritize like what makes you happy. Why do you think you do that a lot?
I got a big influence by training and exercise. So the exercise was about you want to be right or you want to be happy.
Yes.
So throughout the exercise, I have my stand. If you want to be right, you need to keep your stand. And after a few rounds, keeping my stand, I realized although I'm right, but it hurts my feeling. And if you can let go your stand, although it's not your fault,
yes,
although it may against what you think, you will then feel happy. You are sad, you have grunge, and you are pissed because things doesn't came out as per your expectation. So who set the expectation? Myself. Then if things doesn't go the way that I expect, instead of getting pissed, I change my expectation, drop my expectation, or give up, or give way of this expectation. When there's no expectation or low expectation, then the happier I am.
What piece of advice you would give business owners or founders who are watching or listening to this? Last piece of advice.
I think I just want to be very simple. Just try lah. Try everything in your life so that you're not going to regret, and do things that make you happy. And if you are upset, look at what expectation that you have set It's not always others people's problem, and you are the center of control of your own feeling. You are also the control of your own result. If you do not have the kind of result that you wish for, you ask for today, the only thing they need to change is yourself.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jonathan
finally.
Lim.